So, as we all know, Evernote had a pretty big launch yesterday, and silly Francesco, I thought it was just a calendar-only announcement. So I missed out on all the sort of new features per se, new plans, and also some of their bigger announcements of the future and sort of their aims. So today's video is a sort of catch-up, giving you some of my opinions, overviewing everything that you might need to know, and looking at the pricing plans and some of the fundamental changes that they're having. So in today's video, we're going to break it down. You can use the timestamps if you would like to skip ahead to certain elements, but I want to start with the features. Now, Evernote have stated that this is a redefinition of Evernote's fundamental makeup, and they've done a few things in this launch, not just the calendar. If you want to see the calendar video, I'll include it below, but they've also introduced task improvements as well, and removing tasks from beta, which definitely means some great improvements to stability and things like that. But tasks are also getting upgrades, allowing you to create and manage recurring tasks, make hyperlinks in tasks clickable when you're in the note, add task due dates to your calendar, allow tasks in table cells, which is, I know, a lot of problems for a lot of people, creating subtasks using one more than flag, forwarding emails into Evernote and have them become tasks, which is a good addition, and voice capture integrations. So apparently they have been listening to users and actually pinpoint some key problems with it. They've also introduced calendar, as you can imagine, a big introduction, and some improvements to home in terms of the widgets and the way that you can customize it. But we'll get into some of that in the pricing elements because I think I have some opinions on it. They've also introduced very quietly a Linux beta, which means that Linux users can sort of get access to Evernote now, which they couldn't before, which basically adds to that cross-platform abilities for sure. They've also improved search options as well, something called Boolean. I'm probably gonna butcher that. Boolean. I've heard of it before, but it apparently is some additional strength to the search optionality. You've also got an introduction of exporting notes and notebooks to PDFs, and also reintroduction of legacy features like bulk export, import folder, and quick switcher. So they're really paying attention to what people are wanting to focus on. Okay, so let's dive into the plan side of stuff. This is where it gets a little bit controversial. Seen a lot of comments on it. I have some of my own opinions about what they've done with it. They've changed the way that sort of pricing works at the moment. So, currently, as of yesterday, Evernote were just having three plans really. It was Evernote Basic, Evernote Premium, Evernote Business. Now they have four plans, and they've reintroduced one that was called Plus really, and here they are. They're called Evernote Free, which is Evernote Basic, Evernote Personal and Professional, which sort of were Premium, and you've got Evernote Teams as well. Now, Evernote Free, the only thing that's really changed, or the major things that have changed, a 3 widget limitation on home customization, which is a bit of a pain, but again, you're paying for free, and no task additional features, which means you can only create tasks, but I don't think you can go into things like task view, much more detail, like I mentioned, all of those features, the due dates, the hyperlinks, and the recurring tasks. I don't think they are available inside of this new free plan. So meaning you'll get a very basic task plan. I understand that because that's a new feature, and they want to sort of cap that and get people pushed up the plans. That's understandable. But what they've done with Premium is they've broken it down into two sort of things: personal, which is a lighter use, and professional, which is a more intense use. Now, what they've done with personal is they've have additional task features, advanced widgets for home, and also the ease of connecting primary Google Calendar with Evernote. So some good features. However, professional gets you more assignable tasks, ability to connect multiple calendars, deeper home customizations, and advanced search capabilities, as well as capacity to upload more in that plan, double of what you get in personal. Now, in my opinion, from what I know at least, and from what people are saying is, I have the Evernote Premium plan. However, I was pushed down to Evernote Personal, which is still the premium plan. and still includes more, well, I'd say more, but more than what it had before, because they didn't really state all of this new sort of task, calendar, home, pricing and differentiations. But I was moved down to that plan, like many others. And you have to then upgrade to get that plan. My opinion is that if you're going to do that and grandfather existing users, you should probably put them in the higher tier plan because they've been loyal and supportive, even if it's for 3 to 6 months, in my opinion, because then at least you're showing a level of appreciation, gives them full access to the features that they may have had before. But as I said, the new task abilities got launched at the same time, so it's hard to know what you fully get. But in my opinion, I think that's what they should have done. The difference between pricing between those two, and let me just make sure I've got this right. So, oh God, it's in UK pricing. Okay, let's go with UK. At least it's $5.99 a month for the personal plan and $7.49 a month for the professional plan. So they've sort of made it like £1.50 difference between the two. So it's not a dramatic increase. Works out about sort of, I think 15, sort of actually no, sort of like £19 a year, something like that extra for this professional plan. However, it's just something I think they should have considered all those existing users that had been on the plans. Just in my opinion, just a small thing that I think they should do. But then again, they have added, I think 10 more gigabytes per month, and also the ability to have Boolean terms and also export notes as PDFs and integrations with Slack, Salesforce, Microsoft Teams and others apparently. So I guess just slightly more, isn't it? And I guess they probably want people just to move up to that plan that are sort of in my bracket. Just an early opinion. They've also got a Teams plan which keeps all the team on the same page. But aside from that, they said in their statement, if you're already using the latest version of apps, there's nothing to do. You'll automatically, if you're on premium, it will take the current subscription rates and automatically migrate you to the personal offering, and business and basic customers will stay on the plans, but they'll be renamed. But all the new capabilities we're introducing will be made sure to be available in the latest version. It'll take 48 hours up to. I understand what they've done here because you're adding new functionality and you want to cap it in higher plans or potentially do it. But in my opinion, I think at least they should have done us for a 6-month trial on the Evernote Professional, then to move us down to Evernote Personal. But again, that's probably complicated. I'm like, yeah, do it. And they're like, no, this is a bit tricky. So let's talk about the future. So Evernote have said that home, tasks and calendar are this new sort of merge, this hub of Evernote, and it's really the focus on tasks, really the focus on notes to construct and connect everything together. So they're sort of in a bit of a nice position at the moment because they've pretty much finished what their core elements are. Like what Evernote looked like 2 years ago definitely doesn't look like it does now because they've got this new sort of blend. They're very much targeting apps like Ample Note. I think I saw someone in the comments who were like, did they just look at Ample Note and copy it? But at the same time, I think it's a great sort of mission because you're looking at these sort of note plan, agenda notes, Ample Note, the ones that sort of hubitize your notes, calendar and tasks, and they're doing a good job of that. And I think that Home brings that together really nicely. And they said in the statement they will continue to improve the core notes functionality whilst pushing our new constructs forward and explore growing connections together. So essentially what Evernote are trying to do is improve the core note experience, functionality and what you can do there, but then also work out how task notes and calendar and home can work better together. And that's even small things like when they released a new task update today, when they actually said, okay, we're going to add due dates to any of the calendar events. That's a small connection, and I think they'll continue to improve that. Apparently they won't stop until they've become the true extension of the brain, ready to help you not only remember everything, but accomplish everything. So they're moving from a static experience to a more interactive experience, which is good. because that might lead to things like emails coming in. It might lead to things like consolidation of other applications into this one app. So Evernote are in a really exciting position. One of the things they also sort of hinted at in the personal plan, I believe it was, I think it's the personal plan, they said coming soon. Customize home with filtered notes widgets. So that's a little bit of a hint at a feature that's coming. And that might even mean like, you know, you drilling down a search term and being able to pin it as a note option so that if any new notes come up about that, you can find them. Or it could mean that in the future that you might have the ability to filter down tasks and narrow them down based on a certain element. I'm not sure that's available in this one. But the one thing that I got from, I'm just spitballing for the future, when I watched their new video which they introduced, and I'll play a little bit of a clip of it here.
And I have to manage to-dos for all of them. Can you help me out?
We have your tasks organized by project or due date, and we can even help you prioritize your...
Hold up.
In my opinion, the sound of the lady speaking reminded me of sort of the Siri or the Siri assistant. And they're trying to place Evernote, I think, in the future, this is complete ideas, as this sort of assistant, this sort of Siri-like character. And I think that's, as I said, I keep saying, after talking with Ian, I think Evernote are heading towards that sort of assistant experience. And that could be an exciting future for Evernote because they're not only investing in the static stuff, but they're investing in the things that, you know, like imagine if you had an Evernote home that every day changed based on what they think through analysis of your notes using an AI or machine learning is most important for your day. And it automatically reconfigures that. Or let's say you've got a note that's got all of your tasks and your calendar on it, and it brings it together like as this sort of automatically plans your day. So that's what Evernote could be in 2 years if they keep putting their foot down. And to be honest, I do think Evernote, number one, they do need to improve their core experience. The app is still not as slidey and gestury and lovely as it used to be, in my opinion, and a lot of people have found that. However, I think where they're going is exciting. The next 2 years will be the real play, but if they keep at the pace they've been going, in terms of like what they did is they fixed the core problem, they moved on to adding the features, and now they're really going to try and cement that and hopefully add more features, bring them together, make it more connected. That's what Evernote could be in 2 years, is if they put their foot down like they are. But the thing that I want to say this because I think at the start I was actually quite like, I remember my first call with Ian, I was like where can Evernote go from here? To be honest, like I think a lot of people were disappointed and sort of annoyed that what they were doing wasn't enough and they weren't competing with the other ones. But if you zoom out and take it from 2 years ago to now, there's been a considerable improvement. They've reconfigured all of their cloud stuff. They've redesigned their application, and they've also added a bunch of new features which haven't been added. So kudos to the team, to be honest. I'm impressed. And I think the thing is, in the future, this could be where they're going. That's just my thoughts. But exciting stuff from Evernote. Obviously, I think they need to fix the pricing elements. They probably just need to make a modification to everyone. Just say, right, everyone who is existing premium user, we're sorry that we put you on the personal plan. Let's pop you on the professional plan for 6 months. Sorry about that. You can jump into all the features if you like. Then what they should do is continue to fix the application at its core and then start connecting the other two. So I think that's when it'll get exciting. It's starting to look more like Microsoft Outlook boards, but definitely a huge, interesting leap from Evernote. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you're new here, it'd be great to have you as a subscriber, so make sure to subscribe, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Thank you very much, guys. Cheerio.